Hello, everybody, and welcome to RollPlay Verona, episode number 5, the show where hopefully I'll get to kill Mark today. Welcome, everybody. You know what? Listen, I'm not gonna kill you. It'll be like a fall, or like whoever's carrying you will bang your head on a door frame and snap your neck. It'll happen. These things, you're fragile.
1 point.
Before literally any damage at all, like a paper cut. Listen, we'll get to that. Right before we started the show, we were talking. We were having our kind of pre-show, and Mark very politely, very like calmly, was like, "So Adam," and I'm not going to try and do Mark's accent because that would be offensive.
No, please do.
To you personally, not to English people everywhere, but like I would offend myself trying to do that. I'll do it as an NPC later. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
So Mark very calmly, very politely was like, "So before we go live, what happens if my character dies? What do we?" And it occurred to me that I forgot that we didn't tell Mark about the whole like you're fired from the show forever. No one is allowed to talk to you again. The pariah clause. So hopefully your character will survive and we can all still be friends. But if Jason dies, I'm really sorry. It was nice knowing you.
Yeah, also, like that he's like, I'm gonna die. This is the worst. Oh no, like if I trip over something, I'm dead. I have 2 health points, okay? You have 1. I only have 2.
Yeah.
And that's like that's all of my health. Like that's
I can't do anything. So, I'm like out.
It's the helplessness, I think.
Death. Yeah.
That's so in
minutes, like, fine.
In Dungeons and Dragons, when you die and come back from being dead, when you go to 0 hit points and you come back, it's essentially like nothing happened at all, right? If you've ever watched a long battle in 5th edition, the tactic is often let the tank go down, bring them back up, let them go down, bring them back up, and just rinse and repeat until the fight's over, which I think would cause very severe brain damage if that actually happened to you. But in this game, you go down, you come back, and if you even get breathed on the wrong way, that is it. So, you know, I believe firmly in hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. So, if we do see the end of Jason Argus today, the rest of the stream will be set to like a slow Sarah McLachlan song, and we'll all share tearful memories of how much we love Jason. And it'll be like the funeral episode, and then you can make a new character for next time. But you know, for now, we're gonna assume that Jason will live. Jason will continue onward, and we will not have to have the sad puppy commercial for all these black and white shots of Jason leaning up against stuff, looking tough and cool.
I will.
So besides fearing for your life, what have you been up to, Mark? How's this last week been for you?
This last week has been good. I am deep in the getting ready for our new High Rollers campaign, which is launching on Sunday. So just doing loads and loads of prep for that and sorting out all sorts of assets and YouTube videos and things like that, which you can check out. We got a new YouTube channel. I've linked it all in my Twitter and stuff like that. Really excited, looking forward to that, and looking forward to playing this because I like playing games, like being a player.
It's a nice relief, right? To be like buried in Game Master stuff, and then it's always funny because when we do these little intro bits, I'm usually you. Like JP will be like, "So Adam, what have you been up to?" And I'm like, "Dude, you know, I've been working my ass off for this. This is what I do. I'm doing this stuff." So yeah, it's nice to be able to provide a space in which instead of being the one causing fear, you can feel it instead.
Yeah.
Good.
Always.
I'm glad. It's not like last episode where we had a million where I could be like, "So, what have you been up to your whole life?" It's only been a week, and I can feel your pain on the being submerged in the thing.
Yeah, it's good pain, but yeah.
Have you guys done what's the merch situation for High Rollers? Have you done like anything there? Because I think everybody,
we've done quite a lot.
At least everybody who's a huge dork knows about like Critical Role just launched their Kickstarter for their minis, and we're doing some cool Verona stuff that's coming up. And I'm always curious what other like properties are doing in that space, because like everybody does like a t-shirt and like all that stuff. Have you guys done anything like cool or weird with the merch?
So I think because we're in a weird position, because like we're our own brand, but we stream off the Yogscast Twitch and things like that, and we have their network there. They handle all of our merch for us, so we do things like shirts and posters, like convention stuff, which is always fun. But we also did like a range of metal dice, which have done incredibly well. Like people really fucking like nice quality metal dice. And
Does
so we're going to be
everybody
working on some
just
more
as
stuff
a
like that.
quick aside, does everybody here own like a set of physical dice? Do we all own dice?
Yeah.
We all have dice?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look at
And
that.
how like
Solid.
superstitious
Love dice.
how superstitious is everybody about their dice? Like, are you just kind of like, yeah, I just use them to generate numbers, or do you have like, don't touch my dice rituals?
Don't touch my dice.
Yeah.
I would
I
not.
not.
Like it strikes me, Bronze, that you're the kind of person that if somebody picked up one of your D6s, they're gonna lose that hand. So
Well, like, okay, so if I were a witch, I would be like a crystal witch because I like gems and crystalline things, and I feel like they hold your energy and vibration. So I actually have crystal dice. They're made out of tiger's eye. So these
I
are
like
the-
that you just have them too. Like just
yeah,
right here,
they're in
like
my
look,
desk.
these.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
mean, obviously, I don't want someone touching these because they might get their shitty juju all over them, and then I'm gonna have to like cleanse them in
Yeah, you
running
don't want
water
that.
and stuff. No, it's like work.
Yeah, smudge that shit. And yeah.
Yeah, I gotta sage them. Like, no, keep your bad juju away from my dice.
I don't believe in
wolf
juju, so
seriously.
you can play with my dice. It's fine. I'll share.
Sounds nasty.
I'll share mine.
I was to say, yeah, and you and Bronze need a minute alone. Should we go, or that's a strong
Touch my
offer.
dice.
No, I
Yeah.
don't believe in. I'm not a superstitious person, so no.
I
same.
am.
I'm the same way. I've spent too many games being the only person that remembered to bring dice. So if I didn't let people touch I gotta get it. You gotta get over that stuff. But I'm also really aggressive about dice that fail repeatedly. If you watched even not even my own dice, if you watched the Court of Swords, the one shot live thing we did, Ken was rolling so badly that I just couldn't handle it anymore, and I threw his dice out of the room. Like it just disgusted me so much that I hurtled them from our presence.
And we just had a
Not
cam that
tolerate
was
that shit.
dedicated to that lone die on the ground.
Right, yeah. Scoots had to go hunting for it with the camera. It was like off in another room. Yeah. That's a thing that I think all gamers can get around. So Mark, the dice that you made, how did you make them like special? Because I find most of the time when people are like, we made a custom, and I'm guilty of this myself, we made a custom dice set, and it's like one of the numbers is just our logo, and then that's the
Yeah, so we did
That's
that
it.
one,
It's
and then
special.
it comes in like a nice tin, and like as far as I'm aware, like I was like, what else can we do? But we made them like color matched to like the different series that we connected them to and stuff like that. Like we had like for like the end of campaign 1, we did like a gold set, so it's all like gold plated kind of dice kind of thing. And just pick like nice metals. But for the new stuff, we're gonna try and find some more unique styles of dice to do those as well. But I can't talk about it too much because I'll get beaten up by my team.
Sure.
They'll be like,
you have
"Oh, shut up."
you have a producer that'll get on you. That's cool.
Tell us all your
That's cool.
secrets.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that because like it's one of those things where I feel like everybody at some point or another is like, people like this thing we're doing. Maybe they would
Mhm.
like a related
Yep.
peripheral thing that isn't just a show to watch.
That was
it's
exactly
cool
it.
to hear. Yeah, cool to hear what everybody else is up to. And gamers always want more dice. You can always there's always
Mhm.
even myself, like even though I have not rolled a physical die in months, I'm always like, so maybe I'll
buy more.
maybe I'll buy those that I don't need.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bronze, besides smudging your dice, what have you been up to? What other
The usual
witchcraft have you
life
been
of crime.
performing in the last week? Yeah.
It was
Good.
like my birthday on the 22nd, so I've just been taking it super easy and taking care of myself. I'm one of those like self-care people. So yeah, it's been good. It's been good. Oh, somebody from here, Fatal the Baptist and House Eridonis, sent me Starfinder, so I've been flipping through that. So thank you,
Cool.
House Eridonis. I appreciate that. Yeah,
Nice.
I've actually.
Did you pay the taxes on that? Because if you didn't, they're gonna get you later.
Next. You're breaking
Yeah.
up there, Adam. I can't.
Yeah, I'm sorry, House Eridonis. I don't listen. The check's in the mail. Taxarchs, the check's in the mail. That's cool. Yeah, because you're a Pathfinder fan player type of a person, right?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
You found a
I think
path
I'm gonna
or
have
two.
like. Yeah, I like the rules set. I don't always necessarily like the setting. I think I'm doing a Pathfinder campaign soon, but on my
Cool.
channel for Roll20, but on my channel I'm stuck between like I really want to do a Vampire the Masquerade campaign. So we'll see if I can
Bust
pull
out
it
that
together.
black eyeliner. I know Pocket is someone who has always wanted to like get into vampires. So I don't know if you know Pocket, but if you're thinking about that, you should reach out to her and be like, "Hey, what's up? You want to be a vampire?" Because
I'm not familiar, but I'll look them up.
you could tell her. You can be like, "I heard that you liked biting people's throats in role-playing games." So Adam said, talk to you about that.
Yeah, I've been reading all the clan books and stuff, the clan novels, and
So were you
they're
into
super fun.
vampire like earlier in your gaming career, or is this like a recent development that you've decided that it's 1990 and it's cool to be a goth?
I don't know. It's weird. Like when I was kind of goth when I was younger, I guess you could say. I just always thought it was really cliche. I was like one of those goth people that's like, I don't really see the point in dressing like that because what you're really doing in an attempt to be different is adhering to a micro subculture. I was like one of those goths. Yeah.
The most goth thing is not caring about being goth. So yeah.
Exactly. So I thought the whole vampire stuff was like super cliche, and so I didn't really do any of that. And one of the comic book stores I worked at had like a Vampire the Masquerade LARP, and I always thought it was really lame. But then I kind of looked into it probably over the last 4 years from like a lore perspective, and I was like, oh, this is actually kind of cool. And I like the different vampire houses. And I first started by reading like the ZMeJP clan book. And then from there, I read some of the other ones, and I was like, including Ben
So you
and I was
started.
like, oh, this
you
is kind of
started with
cool.
the.
It's kind of political.
You started with the weirdest, grossest ones. So good.
Yeah,
Good on you. It's
but I
only
liked
more
it. I
normal
was
from
like,
there.
whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
And so
Cool. Going through
now
your
I like it,
vampire
but-
phase. Going through your vampire phase as a grown up. That's pretty cool.
Exactly. Yeah. Later in life, now that I don't think it's
Cool.
lame.
All right. Well, I'm gonna keep an eye on you in like I don't know 10 or 15 episodes. If just keep an eye on the gothification of Bronze Girl. Just watch and look out for like unk shaped jewelry, lack of reflection, turning into a wolf and or bat. I got my eye on you. Yeah.
It's
See.
perfect.
See.
I'm already halfway there.
Stay away from the sun. Max, did you ever go through a goth phase? Did you have a goth phase, Max? What was teenage Max like? Please tell me stories about what a dork you were when you were a kid. Because I only know like cool together, Max. What were you like when you were like
cool
15?
together, Max? Oh, thank you. You're very kind. No, I was a fucking nerd. I just played a lot of Halo and made machinimas and made glitch videos with my DVD recorder that I fixed multiple times because I couldn't afford any other means of capture, and it was the thing that my dad brought home. Watched a lot of Dragon Ball Z. I did get outside. I did play back. I was one of those like dweeby kind of kids that also still got outside, like rode his bike, played basketball, and like skated.
Were you as prone?
Skated.
Were you as prone to breaking things as you are now, or is this a new development?
No, this is a new thing, and it's very annoying.
Your fragile bones.
Today, Max does not like this. He does not usually break bones, so it's very frustrating because I'm not used to this. It's like, oh, you can't do shit for a long while. This sucks.
What are the chances, as a celebration of your return to health, that you would bust out those old rollerblades, those inline skates, and do like an IRL rollerblade stream? How unlikely would that be?
I'd do it. I whatever.
Yeah, you would. That'd be great.
I'd be rusty as shit. It'd be like real bad. It'd be like, watching your dad go to the skate park and be like, I'm gonna try it too. Probably at this point. I don't know how much of that still is, in there. I don't know if it's like riding a bike. You'd think it would be pretty easy, but
yeah, I mean, I don't remember ever having put on rollerblades in my life, but I can imagine that given some time, you'd forget how. No, I had a skateboard when I was that age, so
I still know how to snowboard.
I still have one. Yeah,
I confirmed not too long ago that I still know how to snowboard, so that was nice. But and that's difficult for people that have never snowboarded before. People think it's easy. It's not easy.
I feel like there's a point. I feel like there's a point in growing up as a human being where you just stop being capable of really like deeply learning things anymore. Like you can still figure out new stuff, but you kind of have to constantly remind yourself of it. Like I remember when you're a kid, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna just learn Greek. Cool, done. 2 weeks later, you're like ordering souvlaki in their native tongue. But as an adult, trying to like really deeply learn anything, it's like, no, my brain is just done already. I pretty much only have room for role-playing games, and everything else just goes in one ear and out the other.
Yeah, I mean, as a kid, you're a sponge. It's like why all these kids now are, watching the Fortnite emotes things and becoming master dancers, because they're just sitting there in their bedrooms doing like the fucking
That's good. Works. That was a good rendition of that dance.
That was obviously not one had mastered, the floss or whatever I was trying to do there. They were in the working stage.
It's much harder to do with like what 2 broken legs and stuck in your chair. It's fine.
Yeah.
You can try again on the
It's a
rollerblades
very
later when you have
heel-centric dance maneuver. All right, my heel's not in good shape right now, so I can't do it.
Mhm, mhm.
I feel
Yeah,
like
that's
your
fine.
facial
That's fine.
expression was on point. I knew what you were going for. I knew which
Yeah.
dance you were trying to
I
attempt.
was in
That's
that.
impressive.
Yeah, I was committing with the face.
Yeah. No, you
Very
sold
odd
it.
phrase.
Yeah, yeah, very good. Well, I'd ask you what you've been up to.
There's nothing
but
new
that
with
would
me. Let's-
the answer.
yeah.
Well, I mean, the answer would be, what were you up to last night? You've been watching
Exactly
those games done
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah, no,
I saw you tweet
I
about
watched them.
Halo.
Yeah, I was watching the Halo 2. I love the Halo runs because, like I said, it connects to teenage Max. That's the game that kind of got me into where I'm at now, doing content creation as a career, because that's what I started making, is like silly, dumb videos in Halo and Halo 2 that were like glitch videos and how to get out of the map and super bounces. And then that evolved to doing like, I'm going to make story narrative driven stuff. So
Yeah,
and
it's a
that's just really-
deep storytelling tool. We've got theater and film and Halo, all really
Mhm.
just the classics. You haven't lived until you've seen the Iliad.
Hey,
performed
listen,
by
I took
Master
that
Chief.
super serious. All right. We modded our shit to remove the HUD so that way we had, enough frame to keep it cinematic, and then to get those sweeping overhead shots, you'd hop on a Banshee, crouch as the one who's filming, and then you make sure you get a buddy who flies real still over a battle sequence and slowly swoop down with the camera.
Yeah,
It was all
well,
there.
and it's actually, I mean, we're joking, or I'm joking with you, but it's actually true. Like the constraints of the medium do like deeply impact the thing that you're making. Like it's like old Nintendo games, right? Like the music is so catchy because they had to work so hard to construct it out of these limited tools. I love
Yeah.
that stuff that like hacked together, like obviously like Steam Workshop thing where you're like, yeah, this is actually really hard to make. Like people making animations on Mario Paint with their VCR and stuff. It's great. I love it. Deep nerd shit.
Yeah, and then you make videos that contrast that with, like a tank humping a warthog, and to the
Right.
song "Let's Get Physical" because you think it's funny and you're a kid.
Listen, people love that shit now.
Still
Absurdism is 100% the current like artistic expressive space. So it's fine. You bring that stuff back, the kids are gonna be like, yeah, that's a good meme.
I wish I had all that. I had all that stuff on Putfile and Mythica.org, which are both defunct right now. So that's
Yeah,
sad.
I've never even heard of either of those. So
Yeah,
it's okay,
some old
Max.
internet.
Next time you feel bad about it and someone is like, oh, you got any of those old videos, you can say, just put on your beret and smoke a cigarette and say, no, my art is transitory. And then you're good.
Yeah.
Do it in black and white with like a French accent. You're fine.
Mhm.
It's fine. It's what all real artists do. And have you met anybody famous since the
Hello.
last time we talked?
No.
Haven't interacted
don't
with
think
any
so.
like
I got to
movie
drive a
stars,
Porsche.
celebrities?
That's it.
Yeah, can we
So
talk
that's
about
cool.
that? Because
Yeah.
from what I understood from your tweets, there was also a part where you almost passed out because of a very fast car. Help me understand
Yeah.
what was going on and why you were in these high-speed automobiles. I was
Okay,
fearing
so
for
it was
your
like
life.
a Ubisoft was doing a promotion for the Crew 2, and they invited a couple of us to go to the Porsche Experience Center in LA. And they have like a track in the back where you can like test drive the Porsches basically, or like the professional drivers will teach you how to drive. And so they had a couple of us go, and we drove around the track with the professional driver in the driver's seat. And they just kind of showed you like, what the track looked like and that kind of thing. And then we got to drive for a couple laps, which I felt like I was going way too fast. And the actual driver in the passenger seat would say to me like, okay, don't break it all around this corner. You're like, really? Because I'm going really fast. But so they were like kind of like trying to encourage you to drive faster because your natural impulse is not to drive that fast.
Yeah,
and then
because we have the speed limit and what have you.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah, and I like don't want to die. That was my first time being like on a track too. It was really fun. But then he drove with me in the passenger seat and was like, "Okay, I'll show you what this car can like really do now." And it's a Porsche GT3 for those who are curious, which is like 500 horsepower. It's insanely fast.
That seems like a lot of
and-
horses. Yep.
Yes, and yeah, I almost threw up. He was like drifting around the corners, and it was like I have kind of a weak stomach for things like I don't really like roller coasters and that kind of stuff. So I do like driving really fast in cars, but yeah, afterward I got out of the car and I just like keeled over, and I was like, I have to go lay down somewhere and like drink some water.
Did they ever
was
tell you
rough.
how many like fractions of a G or whatever you were going at? Like, because I feel like you're describing like astronaut training. Like you were put in a
Right.
machine that went really fast in a circle and you almost passed out. I think it's like they're readying you for your moon mission. Next thing that happens,
Yeah.
you're going to meet Elon Musk and he's going to be like, Anne, you're the chosen one. We're sending you to Mars to colonize it for us.
You
Yeah,
There are a bunch
my-
of Martians there. Here's your plasma rifle. Get to it.
My mom asked me how fast I went, and I said, I don't know. I was too scared to look away from the road. So
Right.
like,
Yeah.
I have no idea how fast I was going. I was too
Listen, if
scared.
you're going to send somebody to Mars to fight the aliens that live there, you have to pick a top gamer that can handle their shit. So I
was
really do
waiting
think
for
that
that.
you
I
might
was
be
waiting
you might be being groomed for some kind of secret agent job. So if Anne suddenly is like, I have to leave the world of streaming and I can't explain why, we all know. We know, Anne. We know what's up.
Here's the
Mars
thing.
mission.
I'm a little bitter about this because I'm not verified on Twitter, and I applied and got denied like a bunch of times. And I'm like, I met Michelle Obama, and I went to the White House. I
Did
don't know
you
what
ask
else I could
her
do.
to verify you on Twitter? Because I bet you
No.
she could get
Asked.
some shit done.
I know.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what else I need to do at this point.
I shit talked the verification system 2 days before they reached out to verify me. Back when they were just handing out like candy. So
All right. Fuck you, Max. All right. Whatever, man. How many first ladies have you got to hug? All right. 0, right?
I mean, let's not. These things don't equate. It's fine, and you don't have to brag and make us all feel bad. We're just trying to get the crumbs that you leave behind in your wake. Secret agent, Martian alien
Blue
fighting,
tick
plasma
crumbs.
rifle, fast car driving, top 100 gamers. Anne, all right, we're living in your shadow, and we're just trying to get by. I think honestly, that as far as the verified thing goes, just write a book, like publish something, and they'll be like, "Yep, there you go." Because
We'll self-publish on
that's-
Amazon.
that's almost certainly what it was for me, because I am no big deal. But I was like, hey, I wrote this game. And they're like, okay, yes, you did. So, yeah. Yep. Well, thank you, Anne, for taking time away from driving expensive sports cars and preparing for your Mars mission to join us for this
You are welcome.
exciting fantasy adventure. I appreciate it. I really do, personally. It's a nice favor to me.
No.
So let's play some Far Verona. Let's see if let's play.
Woo!
Is Mark's character going to die today?
How long does Mark have to sit in silence until he's dead?
Yeah, that's right. So JP, get that mute button ready. I'll give you the sign when Mark's dead, and just shush him right up. So if he tries to contribute after his death, we're good. Start your countdown clocks. We'll see how long you last. So when we last left everybody, we last left the Red Murderers. You were quickly on your way away from the offices of one Arjan Barnes, a Serpens collector of psychics here on Honglu, a planet which we knew to be hostile towards the Great Empire, but now we have some proof. We've seen it firsthand. They came around. One of the regional loyalty brigades came around looking for Arjan, and you snuck out the back of his quickly being decomposed office and out into the street. And the reason why y'all were there is because you're tracking down a noble. And also like waiting for one of Booker's contacts to get in touch. Now, I wanted to check in before we continue with everybody's goals, because I forgot that last time, and you can change them every episode if you want to. So if you wanted to change your short-term goal to something you could like more readily accomplish today, you are welcome to do so. So does anybody want to adjust or modify their goals based on the current situation? No, don't be dead is not an appropriate goal. You don't get experience for not being dead.
I'll just shut up then. Never mind me.
However, making sure that Jason gets out alive, that could be a short-term goal, right? Keep Jason from dying. Because I mean, you made
I was
the
gonna
roll.
say-
You made the roll to heal him.
that's my goal, Adam. Thanks. I thought about that first. I just didn't verbalize it.
I was talking and you just talked right over me, Max. I'm the healer.
I can't tell
Oh
when
my
your mouth
god,
is
Max,
moving.
not again.
I can't tell when your mouth
Yeah,
is
God,
moving.
Max. Come on. Okay, so please, Anne, secret agent.
Well,
Anne,
I
what were you gonna
don't know.
say?
I need a new one now because Max just took mine.
Listen, you don't have
It's
to fight
my
over them. You can
responsibility.
both.
It's my group.
You can have the same.
You don't even
have
know
the
what's
same goal.
going on. You're not even in the scene.
You made Jason maybe die.
Stop
I
fighting!
I'm just-
You're tearing this family apart.
You're unconscious. You're not allowed to contribute. I do like the idea. I do like the idea of this conversation happening like in real life, like in the game. Like, where are you? You're not even here. I'm saving Jason from dying. It's good.
Now,
That's good.
it does kind of make sense that Anne maybe take that because she's
No, it's fine.
actively here, right where he is right now. And
I'm not
maybe
going to allow a Canadian standoff on this. Somebody.
maybe
needs
she's
to
feeling
I think-
some
that
guilt.
goal.
I don't
I think
know.
it makes sense for Booker's goal to be like make sure that we all stay safe in this. And then what if can I make my goal like to like make reparations with Jason, assuming that he lives, seeing as how I'm the reason that he fell to nearly his death.
I think this is
If you'd like, yeah.
a fair
The other thing that you can do too is there's an NPC who needs some assistance getting out alive, who has information for you but can't give it to you until you get out of here, right? Like if Otterjohn eats it, the whole reason to go and come in and get yourself into this situation was him, and he'll be able to tell you some stuff, but he's got to get out of this situation without getting loyalty brigaded. So he's an option as well.
I thought he just had
for
like
goals.
a USB drive that we could just take from him, right?
That is cold. And that's cold. Just take it out of his dead hands. Be like, well, we're done with you. You put every useful thing on this USB stick.
I thought that's
Wow.
I mean,
No, that's
it
fine.
seemed like
That's
that's
fine.
how it was. Does he have
That's
more
fine.
information? That
If
he's
I
not
am ever
telling
in
us? I
trouble
guess it's
around
possible.
Anne, someone please protect me from her stealing my wallet. Like, just keep an eye on me if I ever pass out around Anne. Thank you. I don't trust her anymore.
And I was
Yeah,
thinking
I
the
mean,
exact
he
same
does have
thing
that
last
USB
time.
stick, but I'm just gonna go ahead and assume that he's probably, and I can assume this because I'm the GM and I know this to be true. He's probably like encrypted it, right? Like he knows that that's something that he can hold over you, right? That you need to keep him
Okay.
alive because he can tell you useful things.
Cool. That'll be my goal, is to ensure that I get all the information out of that guy before he dies,
Yeah.
if he dies.
Okay. All right. So ensure you get info. Graham, don't tell him that in that way.
No, he doesn't need to know. It's fine.
Because he's technically family, but that's fine. You know me. We're learning about you. So Booker, what did you want? What did you want yours to be?
we can make it ensure the safety of the operative group, except for Yancey. He's not applicable.
Okay. Right. So Yancey is an acceptable loss, but
Exactly. We're not going to say like, we hate him, but we're going to say he's an acceptable loss.
So get them out of the you've actually, because Yancey and Ramirez and Holtzman are with you, or they were, and they're following you around the corner, and then you're all reuniting kind of at the
right
end.
now. I think
Yeah, you've lost track of Yancey, so it's good to exempt him from that. Keep
you hear that,
everyone
everybody
safe.
that loves Yancey out there? I hope he dies.
I mean, one of these days we could have like just a full
Madness.
post-show conversation about Yancey and his place in the universe, but we'll save that for the.
I
Save that
meant
for
to
the
hope
bonus
that he
material.
dies. And I know that I'm playing into that hand that Adam's dealing, but whatever. I don't care. I fucking hate him.
I accept this hand gladly.
Yeah. People that like Yancey are the same people that think the Blood Eagle didn't do anything wrong. So Riley, what do you do? You want to keep? What do you want your short-term goal to be? I assume you don't want to change the long-term goal, but
No, my long-term goal is the same. Actually, I'm gonna see. I don't know if this goal is attainable. So I'm struck between like having a reasonable goal that'll get me that sweet experiences, or like a good goal. I was gonna
technically, the entire purpose of a goal is to earn you experience points. So a goal that gets you XP is the best kind of goal, one you can achieve.
Yeah, I know. All right, I'm gonna go for something cool though.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to get our team to the Acre spaceport on Honolulu
Okay.
and see if I can pull some strings or acquire more debt, and try to see if I can either find us like
Right.
transport
Okay. So you've
off the planet.
convinced the team. Yeah, convince the team that that's the way. Like, essentially, like save the day by way of your Acre connections.
Right, because Acre has several installations on Honolulu, correct?
Yeah, Acre's all over the place.
Yeah. because I was looking through the wiki, and from what I noticed, Acre has like a really strong presence on Honglu, but they have a full spaceport as well.
Yep.
They're one of the major spaceports.
Yeah, they have their own jam. So yeah, totally.
But I'm friends with them. So I feel like
I mean, can one really be friends with one's capitalist oppressors? I mean,
right, but they know me, right?
Yeah,
and
they know you.
Not,
that's true.
Like,
You're
illegal. Like it's illegal to pull well, not illegal, but like good luck pulling your noble strings, like on this planet without dying. But it's not illegal for me to be affiliated with Acre, so I'll try to maybe pull some Acre strings, maybe call some of my bosses and see what I can do to help us get off the planet. I think that's a pretty good idea.
Yeah. Okay. I feel that. All right. So get the team to the Acre spaceport so we can get out of here. Okay. Yeah. Because you currently right now don't have you have your ship, which nobody knows. You have your shuttle, which could get you out of the atmosphere and away ish from the planet. But nobody knows yet anyway that it's yours, right? Nobody knows that it's like a noble's shuttle that belongs to a Crux ship. And then there's no ship to shuttle back to yet. So yeah, having another way out would be good. Secure an Acre way off the planet. Okay, yeah, I dig it. Presuming nobody drops you like a little baby, if you survive, Jason, what's your short-term goal here?
My current short-term goal is pilot a ship or mech in a real battle. And considering that I'm currently unconscious, I don't think you would have anything to change on that. I guess apart from the generic sort of help the team get out of this shit fest. That's kind of what his that's what he was trying to help Nomi and Artigen do. He was like, we need to fucking get out of here. This place is bad news. Let's fucking go.
Right. Okay. So you could change it to, and these are as much player goals as they are character goals too, right? So if it's something you want for your character. So
I think he wants to help the team escape. He wants to do something valuable to help them get out. He wants to contribute.
Okay, so make sure when you say get out, do you mean get off of Honglu safely?
Get out of the situation, I guess. Either by helping us lay low long enough that we're not going to be hunted, or get off the planet or succeed the mission or something.
Okay, I think get off the planet safely is good, and that'll help. You once you're more capable, you and Riley can kind of work together, right? Because Riley wants to secure the means, and then you are the one who's going to be piloting whatever ship that Riley gets hold of. So okay, so make sure you get out here safely. I like it. Everybody's looking out for everybody, trying to make sure y'all don't die. It's good. Okay. Cool. So were you were unconscious, Jason, the last time we saw you, I think, because what was it, 10 minutes before you wake up? We have not exited the 10-minute safety window yet. It's been about a minute. And we fade back in on one of the many myriad back alleys of Honglu City. Instead of the glare of the neon glow, we have instead that reflected light coming from the gray sort of staticky sky above you. So you're in a darkish alley. And there are, as you'd imagine, sci-fi dumpsters, and there are a bunch of doors into the backs of some of these buildings. And it's the group of you and an unconscious Jason, and I believe it's Nomi and Adarjan are helping drag him along. Okay, because he's the strong boy, so no one can really scoop him up in the Bodyguard. Okay, so you're unconscious, Jason, being cared for by these two serpents, which is fine. That's where you want to be. And behind you, kind of temporarily holding off the oncoming loyalty brigade, is Adarjan's assistant. So she's out of scene, but firing the weapon, and then we see Booker and Holtzman, and I think probably Ramirez. Yancey is gone on his own. He is unaccounted for. I'm just gonna put Yancey ? In my notes. And so you see, you hear footsteps, you can hear shouting. The whole place is it's not riot levels of chaos, but there was a blimp that got exploded. So the escalation has gone up. If there was an organized police force on this planet, they'd probably be on their way. But as it is, it's the various sort of civil defense units. So you do have a little bit of time to kind of like try to escape. And that's when, yeah, Booker and two of the three folks come around the corner, and you see them down this alley. Booker, you see Nomi and Jason, and a third unknown noble. And then Riley, where are you? Are you like helping hold off the goons? Are you like in the lead? Where are you in this space? Because we know what everybody's kind of doing.
I'm gonna let's see. I'm trying to remember what we were doing right before. Cause I'm pretty sure Booker kind of grabbed me or scooped me up.
Yeah, you were with Booker.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I just want to know if you got like pulled into the alley with Booker, or if you're like a little further behind, keeping an eye on the crowd. What's the?
I'm gonna say I probably got pulled in the alley, because yeah, I would probably expect one of the soldiers to take up the rear.
Okay, all right. So Booker, I guess then you're the officer in charge. The camera falls to you. What do you do when you see your comrades?
How far away are they? Like super far off, or?
They're like partway down. You came down a main street and turned into the alley. They're maybe like, I don't know, 30 or 40 meters away. Like pretty far, but not like, a kilometer away.
So I see Jason being carried by Nomi.
Yeah, Jason is there's bleeding. You can see blood dripping from it's reflected in the reddish light. Blood dripping from a wound in his shoulder. He's unconscious, but looks like he's been stabilized. Like he's got a Lazarus patch on him, which is serious, right? A Lazarus patch indicates he could have died. Something went very wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. No. After immediately seeing that, Booker says to Riley quickly, like there they are. Oh shit! And then just we got to go now. And then just like let's move forward and let's go meet up with them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you dash down the alley towards them. All right. Mm-hmm. So Nomi, you see Riley and Booker and them coming down the alley towards you.
Cool. So I see them coming, and I don't know. I guess I just try and like hulk up, and pick up Jason more to like move faster. Mm-hmm. And I to what's his name, Adderjan, I kind of point forward and I say, "There's the rest of our crew. Let's go."
Okay. All right. So Adderjan looks like scared and out of breath, and he turns and he looks back at the way you came, and he says, I can't leave without my assistant.
We can't stay here either.
And you can see him like wrinkling his forehead, like, God, what am I gonna do? Do you want to try to convince him to like ditch her?
I mean, I don't feel like we need to ditch her. Like she's
coming,
right?
So she's holding them off for the time being, creating some covering fire.
Okay.
If you wait,
how far away is she?
She's still out in the rubble. You can hear like gunfire going on. Yeah, like you could wait, and or you could like shout to get her to come back. Like there's lots of options here, but also like she's just like a peasant. There's like billions of them in the universe.
Yeah.
She's buying you time.
Peasant.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, let's just all try to convince him, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, you can like, in this moment, like you're kind of the only one. You're the only one like in presence, right? Like Riley and Booker are still coming, and he's like, I don't know if I can leave her. Like she's important, and if you want to be like, no, you come with me, leave her alone. I'm basically turning his moral decision over to you. I just want to see which direction you push him in. So what do you want him to do?
I want to leave, and I don't want Jason to die. So.
Right, because Jason is infinitely more valuable and important than some random nobody. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we need to like get Jason to safety.
Okay. Yeah. Make a talk roll with charisma. Okay.
9.
So he looks back over his shoulder. There's more like you can hear the exchange of laser fire. He looks at Jason. He looks at you. You can see him make the decision. And he's like, well, I suppose she knew what she was getting into, and better we are discreet about. Yes, let's go. Right, good. Cavalry's here. And he looks up, and this is when Riley and Booker arrive. And when you run up, they look ready to go. And Booker and Riley, you recognize this guy's face, and he's the guy that was being projected in the Loyalty Brigade's like hunt this guy down poster. They look ready to go. So where, I guess, is the question. And maybe Riley, this is when you make a suggestion, or are you keeping that in your pocket?
Whoops, sorry, I was muted. Yeah, no,
okay.
totally. I'm going to go ahead and so we're all close together now.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, I want to make sure everyone's within earshot. So I'm going to just kind of attempt to move forward and help in any way I can. I know there's a person on either side of him, so I don't know how much I can help, but rapidly suggest, I think we should get out of here. Things are starting to heat up in the neighborhood. Might I suggest maybe we go to Ace Town or someplace where I might have a little bit of pull or be able to acquire us some kind of shelter while things blow over?
And so Otterjohn is happy to let you take the weight of Jason from him, which he does. But then while you're speaking, he looks at Nomi and he says, Nomi, who is this? Who's in charge here?
He's a part of my crew, but he's putting forward a valid point, unless you've got a better idea. What the hell happened anyways?
And I'm sorry, who are you?
The one whose your survival depends on. So I'd shut the fuck up and listen.
Well, I never. And he looks at you, Nomi, like, who is this asshole? Who are these people? Why are you letting them push me around?
As
They
he
talk to
gives
you
that
like
look,
this?
as he gives that look, he's like,
Well, the alternatives, we can let you stay.
Just
So I put
pressing him,
my
letting him
hand
do that.
on Otterjohn's arm as Booker says that, and I say, right now you don't have a lot of options. I suggest that we go and argue about the details later.
He shakes his head.
And I kind of
says,
point to
"Yes."
like the billboards with his face everywhere.
Yeah. So you can hear the shouting and stuff. And he says, "Yes, right. Better part of valor. Let's go. We can discuss your friends later." Right. So where are we going?
I look at Lamar, Riley, and I just say, it seems like we have an idea.
I have a mouthful of fizzy cheese.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. Right when you asked,
All that running
you
got
pick-
me hungry.
Yeah, you pick a drifting kebab from the air and just jam it in your mouth right before you're expected to talk. Look, it's just kebab falling from the sky. How could I not avail myself of it?
Delicious,
Anyhow.
burning meats.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sky kebab.
I'm going to turn to Nomi and say, Acre has a very large installation on Honglu. They also have a spaceport. We might be able to acquire some sort of shuttle to get back to our ship.
And how much
And
will that cost us? And I kind of raise an eyebrow.
It won't cost you your life.
Not so sure.
We don't have a lot of options right now. And I feel like our faces are now known to them.
We
So
need a place.
as you're saying that, as you're like, yeah, and we gotta decide what to do. You can hear a high pitched like whine, and you look up, and a like a repurposed. It's obviously been like rebuilt. You can tell at a glance, Lamar. Like a repurposed, damaged, and then fixed surveillance drone comes in. This is not the same little sphere. You've lost track of that. I mean, you never saw it, but the other team lost track of that little chrome sphere that was following you around. But this is a different drone. This one has been repainted in a dark gray, and it comes buzzing around the corner. And you can see that it's mounted with a camera, and there's some kind of like gun on it. A light snaps on and pins you in a circle of spotlight, and it starts loudspeakering at you in Hong Louise. Nomi, you understand? It's basically telling you like freeze under the authority of the People's Government of Honglu. You are under arrest for aiding and abetting an imperialist pig, etc., etc. So it's like, you know, this is a police drone or a revolutionary police drone, and now it's got you like in its sights. What do you do?
Can we shoot it down?
Someone could, yeah, totally.
Booker's.
You're still holding Jason. So is it Booker? Is it you that does that?
It's gonna be Booker. Seems like running doesn't seem like a good idea, considering it's a drone and has guns on it.
Yeah, it's got like a laser unit. Okay, yeah, it's not particularly well armored. It's a little small. I think to hit this thing, like armor class is like 12.
Okay.
Yeah, so just make a shot at it.
Well, you can always shoot, and then if you miss, then try running.
Exactly. That's right. Shoot first and then run. Yeah, you got it.
Okay. Shoot. Dex. And then it has a +1 on it normally, but no modifier other than that, right?
And you have a laser pistol, right? So it gives you the extra +1. And you're making an attack roll, not a shoot roll.
Okay. All right. So do I do shoot with the +1 on the modifier then because of the pistol?
Yeah, it's been a little while since we've had to make an attack roll, so let's double check for you. So you're gonna on your sheet, you can roll the weapon if you have it in there. If not, it's just a d20 plus whatever your basic like class attack bonus is, which is 1, and then 1 for the weapon, and then you have +1 for shoot. So d20 plus 3, I think, is the current
d20 plus 3
roll. Yeah, we'll get you squared away with your actual weapon.
Great roll.
Okay. Terrible shot. Okay, your heart's in the right place, but your eyes and your hands are not cooperating. So you see this drone, it starts like blurping at you. You go to take the shot and you miss. You fire and the thing dips and you fire up into the sky. Its incendiary rhetoric increases in both volume and intensity. It starts giving off like an alarm sound, and does anybody else have something?
Do we know how fast these drones typically are? Like, it can keep pace with us. No, yeah, it'll be able to keep pace with us.
You don't know. You don't know off the top of your head. But usually they have a range from like a control unit. So somebody, if you can outrun them, then you'll probably outrun the range of the drone. But there's a pilot somewhere.
I have a drone right now in current day that can very much outpace anybody.
Oh yeah, so, like speed wise, it's way more. Yeah, it's way more maneuverable than you because you don't have like. You can't fly. But yeah, so you
going at him?
How far off the ground is it?
Like 3 or 4 meters up above you slightly.
And how close is it to us?
Like 20 meters out. Like it's coming down the alley towards you.
Okay.
Yeah.
If it was closer, I could probably do something. But
that's what I'm saying. Booker not knowing, after he misses real quick, like,
Riley, any help here?
What about the soldiers? What about Ramirez and Holtzman?
What is that voice?
It's the metagaming voice.
They're not even here.
Yeah, it's just
didn't they scatter?
It's like a random person nearby who's just like, what about those soldiers you've got? Why don't you ask them to do it? Yeah.
Well, no. Well, here's the thing. Is Ramirez and Holtzman with
I thought
us?
they were with you.
Two of them are with us. Yancy is unaccounted for.
Yeah. What the fuck am I shooting at them only by myself for? I didn't know that.
Okay, yeah, like after you take the shot, Booker, if you want, they can take shots too.
Yeah, no, Booker after he misses is like
Fucking shoot the thing. What?
Okay, all right. So they both take shots. Holtzman's shot connects. And because I said it had AC 12. So let's see how much. Oh, it only has 1 hit point. Okay, so Ramirez snaps the rifle up, takes a shot, misses. There's sparks fly off the siding of one of the alleys, and then the thing dips away from that shot and right into Holtzman's lead. Blast of laser fire rips out of the end of the rifle, and the thing bursts into flame. Bits of drone fall into the alley. And the two of them dash down the alley towards you. They were further out, so they dash down towards you. And Holtzman says, "Well, they know where we are. Well, we better get out of here.
Nice shots, Holtzman. Let's move.
Just run.
Okay.
The direction away from the mob currently is our.
So just into the alley. Okay. So I guess here's the question. So do you want to just like lay low and try to hide until like say Jason wakes up or till things like blow over a little bit, or is this a chase? Are you going to run for the acre extraterritoriality space?
Running with Jason doesn't seem like a good idea, so I think the idea is to
Correct.
if Jason's
Also,
in a
isn't it
stable
pretty far
position-
away? Because we're in the red light, right?
Yeah, you're a
Yeah.
ways off. It would be a
Yeah,
long
we're
way to
not
get there. You'd
close.
want a vehicle. I
Yeah,
mean, I guess
We're
that's
not
another
even
option
kinda
is
close.
steal a vehicle. Yeah.
Ooh, we should steal a vehicle.
Yeah, that is also an option.
Yeah.
This is very quickly
But what
becoming
Marcs would do.
Grand Theft
And he
Grand
can,
Theft
and
Auto.
that way we'll have some cover as well, and we can have Jason in the back.
Yep. Here, let me.
Need for Speed, Honglu Drift.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. I'm into it.
Call an ambulance. We hijack the ambulance. Put me in it.
Yes.
There's no
exactly.
ambulances on
GTA style.
Honglu.
It's
Wait,
true. There
no,
are-
there.
there are
Wait,
no
there.
ambulances.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
There's, I mean, no, there's no like, yeah, like if you had like a deal already with one of the like regional emergency services thing, but no, there's no, yeah.
Doesn't matter if you win by a kilometer or a light year. Winning's winning.
So, so what do you want to do? Where do you head? Is the plan like find a vehicle and hijack it, or is it hide out?
Seeing
Both
as
those
how
are
our
great plans.
pilot is the one who is not up right now, it kind of seems like a bad idea to try and steal a vehicle that we might not be able to pilot.
I know how to
I don't
drive.
know. Okay, I don't know what the like skill is for. Oh, it literally is called
All
pilot, never mind.
vehicles fall under pilot.
Okay,
Oh,
Cool.
wait, hold up then. Never mind.
do you have?
Let me see.
Yeah,
Let me check.
Remind, I don't know how to drive. Yeah, there it is.
I don't.
I don't know. Yeah, so I kind of feel like we should try and get a little bit away and then like wait it out. If
I only know how
possible.
to operate.
Just, I mean, it's like
machinery.
it's like 8 minutes at this point, right? That we just need to wait for Jason to wake up.
What do
Wait,
you
so
see
except-
around
does
us?
he, does he still only have 1 HP?
Yes, he'll only have 1 HP until he can actually like heal up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
So
when
y'all
we
are
exit the
currently you're
alley-
currently in
Okay.
sector you're in sector 19, which is here. You're
Such
over
a
there
good looking
somewhere.
sector.
Yeah, sector 19. It's a great sector.
My favorite
This is
one.
the red. It's the red light district. You can tell because it's huge. And then the acre corporate extraterritoriality is 12. So the plan, I guess, then is to go from here where you're at to where the hell's 12 on here?
Directly south.
South
over here,
yeah.
or like through the core. I guess you can figure that out. But for right now, the question is hiding out in the red light district. So, where do you go? Is this just like hiding in an alley? Or are you gonna try to find a building to hide in? What's the plan?
We should go in like something that looks like an unoccupied building, probably.
Like right now, it's just lose them. You know, so whatever is the once we've broken line of sight where they can't see where we've gone, then yeah, duck into what looked like an unoccupied building, or like I said, if there is a vehicle, we're in an alley, so I don't think there's going to be any vehicles that we can just hijack. But yeah, that
Or
would be the-
would it be better to go in some place that there's no people, or some place that there's lots of people?
I think someplace where
Like
there's
a
lots
bar.
of people. Or
So
like
that
a
Jason
brothel.
being passed
Since
out
there's,
could
like-
just be passed out on like a sofa and look normal.
He's bleeding.
Rather- Where's he bleeding from? His chest, right?
I'm with
He's
you on
done-
that. That's the only reason
He's
I didn't
mostly-
say that, though.
He's mostly done bleeding, but there is
Yeah.
blood all over him. It's just dripping off of him now, not out of him.
It's Hong Lu. No one's gonna notice some
It's
blood.
Hong Lu.
Alright.
This is
There was
Honglu.
just-
Anything goes.
Yeah,
There was just an explosion. too.
Forget it, Jake.
there was
It's
just an
Honglu.
explosion. That's true.
He's having a stag party, you know,
Taxi.
blood.
That's how it goes. Yeah. Okay. All right. So you're gonna run for it and try to find a place that you can hide out in. Okay. So let's have somebody make a luck save. But I think because you're in the red light district, there's a much higher chance. Make a luck save with like a +4. Whoever is kind of like leading this
Lucky.
thing, just to see if there's like a place nearby. Yeah.
I have a 14.
I have a 15, so I guess I'll do it.
Okay.
Luck save, just flat out.
You want lower is better.
Yeah.
The saves go down.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So probably best Nomi makes it.
Okay.
If
Sure.
you want
then
that
do.
number or higher.
okay.
Just
So
so,
I'm doing-
so used to high being a good thing. Well, shit.
Unlucky. So you come out of the alley like, okay, we gotta find a
You said
bar.
+4? What
or
was the
something.
plus
Even with
four?
a
Only 5.
Yeah. it's
even
still
though,
one
even then it's
versus-
only a 5. Yeah, that's the worst you could possibly roll. It's a massive unlucky fumble. That's okay. So I mean, it's okay for now. You get around the corner.
Well-
You come. Jesus Christ!
Okay,
Stop.
well, let's just get
Stop!
those
You're
all
making
out
it
the way.
worse.
Nice
It's
and
like character
early.
creation all over again.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Oh, anybody else want to get a
Yeah.
1? Anyone want to?
Uh,
Jesus.
no.
Okay.
I don't know. I
Stop doing
scared my
this to me.
dog. Sort of.
So you come out of the alley and instead of like, hey, we're gonna find a place to hide, I think you run right into a group of these like militia goons. So they're
Ah.
pushing their way through the crowd. They've thought to like head you off the other side of the alley. There's 2 of them. They're pushing their way through the crowd. They're shouting. One of them shoots the laser rifle in the air to kind of clear the crowd, and the crowd is jostling everybody. And we get that shot where the 2 of them, we get the shaky cam of the 2 of them. Then we see you, and it's like it's clear they've seen you. One of them shouts like, "There they are!" and they start heading in your direction. What are you gonna do?
How many
Yeah.
people are between us and them? Like they'd have to swim through quite a few people, I'm assuming.
Everybody is clearing the way for them. They're definitely like moving out of the way.
Okay. Based on our actual, like, still in the alley, they've headed us off from the direction that we're going, which was the way from the other. So we're basically cut off on both ends and with seemingly no way of. Is there any other like little side alleys or things like that we can duck into or
Adjoining
nothing we can
businesses,
splinter
a
off?
window.
No, I mean you got a 1 on
No.
that luck save,
Yeah.
so you ran right into the worst possible situation.
Right.
Yeah.
So who's carrying
Um,
Jason right now? It's Lamar and me?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And then Adorjan, okay, he doesn't have his weapon anymore, right?
Right.
Okay. I kind of let go of my half of Jason, so I guess Lamar he might kind of let him down on the ground.
Mhm.
I'm gonna pull my gun and point it at Adorjan.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So
Oh,
gun
yeah,
comes
we're
out.
going.
There's probably a fake out of like, oh, she's totally gonna shoot those guys, and then you just point it at like sideways at him, and
Yeah.
he looks at you like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "What? No, Nomi, what are you doing? This isn't going to go the way you think it's going to." And they're like pushing through the crowd and shouting, and they're definitely like they haven't. I think they realize as they get closer, like, okay, hold on, this isn't quite what we expected. And
Yeah.
they look at each other. There's just the 2 of them, and they're like, wait, what's happening? And they're like, so they come up to you, and they have their weapons ready, but not like pointed at you anymore. And one of them just starts like barking commands at you in Hongluan, right? So he's just
Yeah.
like, everybody put your hands up, and like basically just acting like angry Revolutionary Guard, trying to tell you to like chill out. What do you say?
So I've got my right hand with the gun pointed at him, and I put my left hand up to them, and like kind of a like, I would put my hands up, but I've got my pointing my gun
Right,
at
I'm in the
Sue.
middle of something. Okay.
Yeah. And so in their language, I say back, we are from the Crux ship. What's the name of our ship? Something with a P.
Wow. Okay. Did you give them the full name, or you just call it the Prudence? The full name of the ship is the HCS 167 meters of pure jurisprudence.
Oh wait, no. What's
you can
our
call it the
thing
Prudence.
called? What's our like name of the thing that we're doing? The Red Murderers.
Oh, you want the fake thing?
Oh,
Okay,
yeah,
so you don't.
I don't
okay.
remember what
I
the
was
name
like,
of anything.
I thought that was your plan for a second. I was like, we're fucking dead. We're all dead.
No,
Everyone's
sorry.
dead.
I'm sorry. I know I
Okay,
just
so
scared
we're
you.
members
I'm
of the Red
sorry.
Murderers. Okay, all
The
right.
Red Murderers?
So rewind.
Is that the thing? Do we have a ship or anything?
Listen, no one said it was a good name for a fake PMC, but that's where we're at. So
Okay, the
whoever
Red
came up
Murderers.
with that is currently unconscious,
Jason!
probably because they deserve
No.
it.
I
Okay.
came up with the red something else, and then Riley couldn't remember what exactly it was,
Okay.
and then came
Okay.
up with the Red Murderers.
Okay, so we
Anyway,
rewind.
you're
So
unconscious.
Anyways, so
they
it's,
come
like,
up.
we're from the-
One of them's pointing the gun at you. The other one is barking orders.
Right. So it's a private military group, right? Like we're like mercenaries.
Yes.
Yeah, we're
that is
mercs.
The Red
mercenaries.
Murderers. Okay, so like, yeah. So I'm pointing my gun and I say, so we're from the Red Murderers, right? And we caught this one, and I like kind of hit him with my gun a little bit,
Yeah,
trying to run, and thought we would. Is there a bounty? Like, thought
and
we
you
would
could just
cash
say
in
like
on-
and collect the bounty. Yeah.
Thought, yeah, we wish to collect the bounty. He stole something from us. You can have him if you let us go and give us our stolen property back.
And he's looking at you like, fuck you. Make a talk roll. Let's see if you can convince these.
Oh, we didn't come here to make
guards.
friends.
Yeah.
11.
Okay, nice.
Thank God.
So they look at each other, and the one with the gun moves the gun from you to him, and the other guy takes out a set of like manacles and approaches. So he puts his gun in the holster and he approaches, and it looks like he's gonna try to take control of the prisoner.
Great.
Do you let him? You let him like grab the guy and
So they've
turn
got
around
a- Yeah, can I put my gun away and I like reach in his pocket for the thing, the like whatever the drive is that
So
he has.
as they're taking him, you're just like, I'll just take this, thank you, and like
Yeah.
take his thumb drive.
Yeah.
Man, okay, yeah. He is so angry at you right now, like it's all buried deep inside. But so I'm gonna see. Unless, do you want to try to do something? Because you can see the look on his face. He's a desperate man. He is about to be like, no, you're wrong. These are all nobles. And like, he's going to rat you out, basically. You're going to throw him to the wolves.
Can I just do something super quick?
Yeah.
Go for it.
I'm seeing this situation unfold. And so
Yeah.
as they're taking him with my beautiful big metal arms, can I just hit him square in the mouth and say, that's for shooting our friend? Like,
Oh, yeah.
for Jason?
Yeah, totally.
Because like I was holding Jason. So like I've got blood
Yeah.
on him and I want to shut this guy
Man.
up. So can I just
Nice.
like
Okay.
just connect and
Yeah,
just
sock
be
him
like,
one. Yeah, make a
yeah,
him
and just be
out.
like, that's for Jason, and just
make
I don't
make
have
a
that
punch.
much punch. Booker, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
make a
try.
punch
All
roll.
right.
He's essentially he's immobilizer. He's being handcuffed. So
Mhm.
take a +2 on the roll.
Okay. Ooh, thank God.
Cheap shot him in the
Dex?
back of the head. Do it.
Like
So
he's about to be like, no, these
Yeah.
are she's a member of House Serpents, and they're
Yeah.
not what they say they are. And then you're like,
Yeah,
how about a
much
fist
style.
sandwich instead? Just fill your mouth.
So-
with
That
Uh,
also
punches.
sounds like the ravings of a desperate man. So
It does, yes. But
yeah.
Yeah.
say
I mean,
anything,
these
get
are
out of
these
there.
are like these are feverish revolutionaries, right? So like
Yeah.
you're obviously foreigners. So stringing up a couple more foreigners and telling everyone they're nobles, that's good enough for them. That'll increase morale. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's got way too much information. He's got like specifics. So do
but
I take
for
this
now,
with
you want to
strength, or-
sock him in the mouth. Yes, this is strength for sure. Because you don't have
Okay.
to be like dexterous to
and then +4.
punch him in the face.
All right.
Oh yeah, no problem.
hey! Whew.
So you yeah,
Nice.
you goon the dude. Yeah, you just bang, hit him in the face. His head snaps aside. He's not used to getting he's not a man who knows how to take a punch. So his head snaps to one side and he just kind of his eyes roll back. He goes limp. The guards chuckle like, hey, punching nobles, that's awesome. Yeah, the two of them grab him, who's now like semi-conscious, and he's just like mumbling, and they start dragging him away. They're just like, cool, thanks, but they didn't give you anything. There's no bounty. Do you say anything, or
Nope. Fucking take him
Okay.
away. If I have the drive, that's like all I really care about.
okay?
I just
Yes,
want to
you
get
do.
Jason out of here and have them leave us alone.
cold as ice.
Okay.
I like it.
All right.
It's cold as ice.
All right. So Anajan.
Such a power
Hands.
play. I love it.
That's what you get for
Okay.
betraying the Empire.
All right.
Oh
So
damn! Oh damn!
they start to walk away. Another one of those like little drones like sweeps in behind them. Another one of the revolutionary surveillance drones flies in behind them and like kind of follows them. And Blair's like, all right, situation over. Go back to your lives. Continue gambling and whatever you're doing. It's done. And the crowd just sort of swallows you up.
Go back to
So
your shitty
we're-
lives.
Yeah, where do you go? Where do you go with Jason to let him recover?
So I assume we just kind of stand there for a second, and then I
Yeah,
just
probably
look at Riley,
Yeah.
and I say, "So, where was the spaceport you knew about?"
Acetown. It's a little acre sort of hub here on Honglu, but it's a ways away. We won't be able to get there with Jason in this state.
Perhaps we should then wait for Jason to awaken. I kind of look down at him with concern.
How
Should
far
we
away
stay
is
here?
how far away is the hotel that we were at? The one hotel.
Not far.
Yeah.
It's over here.
No one's
Yeah,
chasing
about
us, so
that.
if it's close, let's just go back
Yeah,
there.
we could just the two soldier dudes can pick up Jason and we could just walk over.
Okay.
And
Do you
then
wanna
I
leave?
look at like when they're picking up Jason and I look over at like Ramirez and Holtzman and I kind of look around and I say, "Where is Yancey?"
Holtzman is looking at you like you're like made out of poison, and not in the sense that like he's not like, scared. He's just like he's looking at you like people look at serpents all the time, where he's like, "Oh, I forgot that you're not just
Yeah.
like
Also,
my
excuse
bud
me,
know me." Like
actually, snakes are venomous, not poisonous.
that's right. You're right.
So
So yeah, he's looking at you like something that could bite him, and he could die at any moment, like you're a poisonous snake.
Good.
And so he's
He's
just
not
like,
answering right away.
he looks scared, and then Ramirez says, I don't know, Sirius. We lost track of him in the crowd. I thought he might have been with you.
Well, clearly
Um,
he's not.
Yes, sir.
Yes, it seems that
Clearly.
he's missing. Well, we don't have time to worry about that right now. And then I look at Booker. If you agree, I think we should take Jason back to the hotel we were staying at so that he can recover.
There's a
should
chance
find
maybe
Yancey
Yancey
later.
went back there too. It was the last place we were. It's probably
Now
our
that we
best
don't
bet
have a
for both.
mob chasing us, that seems like the most logical thing to do. Let's head back.
And just Booker makes way.
So you disappear, or the group of you like head into the crowd, and like honestly, like a bunch of tough looking mercs carrying an unconscious dude's not like that complex. Like it's pretty obvious, and it happens all the time. People, and especially in this part of town.
Especially for a
and so
merc
yeah,
group,
so
that
you
makes sense.
yeah, so you just disappear into the crowd. Personal surveillance and stuff is actually much harder to do on this planet because everybody wears pressure masks. So it's like facial recognition is much more difficult. So it's easier for you to kind of hide out. So yeah, you head into the red light district and disappear. We cross fade to the hotel where you're headed. So there's nothing interrupts you. You don't get caught along the way. And we're back in the sort of warehouse and hotels district where you got your rooms in the first place. Are you all like together in the main room, or where set the scene for me?
Yeah, I think initially we're in the main common area. Booker's walks in to see
that unconscious guy is gone.
Yeah.
The guy that was
Good
here
for him.
before.
So he wasn't dead. Good.
Or he was, and they got rid of the corpse, but he's missing now. The chair has like a caution tape around it, like it's like wrapped with like biohazard plastic. But otherwise the room is as you left it. Slightly dented fizzy cheese machine. So you're all there. Jason, you are awake. I guess sitting on the couch, kind of recovering your shit. Is sort of debriefing.
Okay.
I take the like drive out of my pocket and I hand it to Riley. And I say, I'm not sure if this is encrypted, but perhaps you can get something out of it. You should have information on the noble that we're looking for, and I trust that you will know how to reach it.
I can definitely take a crack at it, Cirrus. I take it from her and I'll pop it into my data pad and start looking over it.
Are you holding up there, Jason?
What happened? 1 minute I was going through a fucking door. The next minute something went through my chest.
That
What
would be
happened?
good to know. What happened?
And then Booker looks at at Nomi.
Yeah. You can tell that Nomi kind of looks like a bit of an embarrassment on her face and like
Yeah, Booker
shame.
notices.
Yeah. And I say, well, it seems that when I encouraged you to break down the door, there was nothing on the other side of the door. And my error in judgment led you to break it down and then fall. Perhaps it seems that you landed on some steel that was sticking out of the rubble of the building. I'm truly sorry, Jason, for your injuries, but I'm sure that you'll make a full recovery.
I'll just kind of blink for a moment and look at Nomi and just kind of half crack like a really sort of like tired, exhausted smile and just kind of be like, that's all right. I've almost died once before. Second time's not going to make a big difference. And we probably should have both listened to that sign on the door anyway. I take it you're the one that patched me up. Thank you. I really appreciate it. You could have left me behind, but thanks for getting me out of there. Did we get the information? Where's Artijan? What happened to him?
About that.
He doesn't know, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was captured by the authorities.
Shit.
But we did get
any
his
information?
drive. Riley is working
well,
on it right now.
That's good. That's good. Great. Well, hopefully we can find this Brixis kid and then get the fuck off this murder planet. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I should have checked the door. Sorry, Booker. I caused probably a lot of problems. I'm just kind of grunt and groan.
Don't worry about it. Sounds like you guys made a judgment call. It's not like you guys had a lot of time to think anyways.
Yeah, I tried to get up on the roof, thought maybe we could cross across, come down another ankle, meet up with you guys, but yeah, something was... anyway, I'll be all right.
Well,
You're a
I'm
tough
happy
guy.
you're feeling better. I was worried about you, so on the walk back, I got you a can of tea and biscuits, fizzy cheese. I know that's your favorite.
You're the fucking best, Riley. Thank you.
Get better.
Good stuff. Just spray it right in there.
Yep.
Apply directly to mouth.
Wound. In the wound
Yeah.
too. Just do it.
It actually,
Rub
you
it
can,
in.
you can actually weather seal a re-entry craft with tea and biscuits flavor, for a limited amount of time. It's very useful. for
That is the mark of
actually.
a truly good food product.
Fizzy cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. You can
Yeah.
you can spray it
Yeah.
into the bullet holes in a spaceship, and it'll keep the atmosphere from leaking out.
Just
for
like how they
a
use Coke to
while.
clean their trucks.
That's right.
Solid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
So.
Mhm.
So here's the thing. Let's talk about recovery. Injury and healing. So stabilized characters regain 1 hit point after 10 minutes. So that's what just happened.
I'm at 1.
And can act normally
Yay.
at 1. Any further damage kills them instantly. This fragility ends after they regain more hit points, either through rest, stims, or biopsionic healing. Stabilized PCs, so once you've been stabilized, take at least a week to start recovering hit points normally. Those who've merely been hurt but not mortally wounded recovered their level and lost hit points after every night. So, in about
it's gonna be a
7
week.
galactic standard days, you'll get 2 hit points back, unless you get like drugs or hire a biopsionicist or something like that. Yeah, exceptionally.
That's what Booker's thinking. If he, having this knowledge, he's gonna be like, we need to get you a drug guy stat.
Yes,
Get
he's
you guys
very
to get a drug
very
guy.
fragile. Yeah, he's a very fragile boy.
Get me something to get me up on my feet. I mean, it sounds like Riley's got to crack this drive anyway. And Booker, are you still waiting on your bloke?
Yeah, still haven't heard back from him yet. If we can get knowledge from this drive, maybe that won't pan out. I'll still keep up my end of the bargain if he might have some, any info we have to collaborate. And,
Yeah.
Will
Yeah,
help.
I don't want us to come this far and not get what we've come for.
we need
yeah,
to get you
that
some
sounds good.
drugs, though.
Give me
I know
some.
you're
Yeah,
saying
just give me
you're
something.
playing tough guy over there, and you're a tough guy, but we also need you, up and running as quick as possible.
Yeah, I want to make sure we can get off this place. So yeah, just if you can get me something, I'll wait here. I don't want to cause any more problems, but if you can get me something, that would be great.
I'll look into it. For now, you just rest. You've done your part.
All right, thanks, Booker.
I'm assuming also when we got here, like Yancey's not here.
He is not. No.
Okay. Did we check his room or anything? Like we just know
I
for sure he's not in the building.
I assume you would have. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. So then I kind of look around at everyone and I just say, we're also missing one member of our party still.
Oh fuck! What's Yancey done now?
Do we have? Would it make sense that we have tracking modules for like Booker would have tracking modules for members of his group?
The ship would be able to potentially track where y'all are at, but yeah,
personally,
not on you. No.
That also would make sense too, because they probably wouldn't risk that for the mission in case Booker becomes compromised. Then they have the locations of everybody else.
But
That's right.
didn't he have a communicator on him? But it wasn't working earlier because of the jammer.
Yes, yeah, but they're
I don't know
not
the
they're
range
not
on
like
them, too.
planet-wide like communicators.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're short
I
range,
think they're
more
just
like
kind of like in
walkie-talkies.
the area. Yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
Space walkie-talkies, if you will.
Exactly.
Um,
Radios, that kind of thing.
So yeah, at that, Booker's like,
Oh, I'm very well aware of that. I'm also willing to give him a little bit of time. And plus, it's not our priority to seek him out. Right now, we need Jason's medical attention as priority one. And also, Riley, get cracking on that drive. While we have the time to lay low, should be productive about it.
Sounds good, sir.
I'll look into getting you some medical attention, Jason. Maybe some strong drugs. I guarantee you can find that on Honglu.
Yeah, drugs are
That's
not hard to come
place.
by on this planet.
Perhaps your contact knows of somewhere where we can get the necessary drugs for Jason.
Perhaps. I'll see about contacting him.
did he? I can't remember if the contact said like, "Hey, just lay low and leave me alone," or did he say like Booker's contact? Or I can't remember if because if he said to not talk to him, he probably wouldn't. Like he'd just use his own means to try to find drugs or some sort of. I'd even go for a witch doctor right now for Jason.
Yeah, so
thanks, man.
there's two kinds of like approaches, right? You can try to get like antibiotics and painkillers and like recovery type of drugs, stuff that'll help his system heal faster. Or you can hire a biopsionicist, which will be more effective, but also more expensive and more difficult to get your hands on.
How difficult compared to just like how difficult and how much, like range wise, in Booker's knowledge?
I think it really varies. Like it'll be cheaper on a planet where you were better connected. You'll have to go through your friend, right? You could theoretically go back to him, and Radovan could put you in touch with somebody maybe. But that'll be expensive. Or you can go out on your own and just like look for someone offering these services, because there are like free agent kind of like healers and stuff. But psychics are fairly rare, and then a biopsionicist particularly is even rarer. So like, likely in the thousands of credits.
Write it off, man. Write it off. All right. So I think Booker would want the best care for his group, especially at least try. So he's gonna want to take probably Nomi and one other soldier, leave like Holtzman or Ramirez here. I guess he'd just be saying this, like address Nomi with like,
Here's what I want to do. We'll leave Holtzman or Ramirez here. Keep guard with Riley and Jason. Look out to see if Yancey comes back. You come with me, with one of them, and we'll go out in the street and walk towards where my contact was. He says the bar name or whatever. See if we can find what the hell was the name of it? You said
Biopsionist.
Oh, biopsionicist, yeah.
See if we can locate ourselves a biopsionist. Get him up as quick as possible. Don't really care about the expense right now. Just want him up, want him fixed. If not that, then we'll, go plan B, get some antibiotics and all that. At least try. We find a place along the way that we can walk into, we'll do that.
Okay.
I think Booker looks at you like, in light of, you taking, he's like been impressed with your leadership, in a pinch. He's like, what do you think of that assessment?
like nod/bow and say, I think that is an excellent idea.
All right, let's get to it.
Okay.
Just be
All right.
careful, all right?
All right, so you kind of break to go do your stuff. So Riley, you want to go back to your room and start working on decrypting this code?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so you're back in your room. What kind of like you have just like a personal terminal, basically like a personal computer, right? Like a data slab, palm-sized computing
Yes.
device. Yeah. Okay. All right, all the functions of a normal computer, but it's certainly not like a hacking mainframe or anything. It's not gonna help.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, you slot the chip because there's a chance it could not be encrypted, but of course it is.
Mhm.
And yeah, and then you can set about trying to decrypt it.
Okay.
So it takes several hours to attempt, right? Because you have to like rewrite the software to try to crack the password or whatever, like find a security leak or whatever. So the attempt takes several hours. And you're gonna make a program roll. And you can do program based on your intelligence, just so you got it set up there. But I think the difficulty of cracking it's an older, like an out of date, but it's still a House Serpens. Like they like to keep secrets, and he's still got
Okay.
Serpens encryption software. So I'm gonna say the difficulty is, with the equipment you have, it's gonna be difficulty 12
Okay.
to make it work.
All right. So
Damn.
Yeah.
Do you have that thing where you can re-roll the class
Yeah.
expert thing?
Yeah, I have.
And you have the 3d6 and keep the best
Oh,
two,
nice.
so that'll help.
Yep, I have that ability. So
Sweet.
so
Hey!
close. Yeah.
There you
Oh,
go.
for a second I thought it was
Fucking
14. It was
dope.
12.
Yeah, it was 12. You got a
13.
5,
Oh,
a
12.
6.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 5 and a 6,
Okay.
and then you have a +1 for your intelligence and a +1 for the skill. So yeah, it takes
Sounds
you
good.
all night to crack it, right? Like in the time that you're working on it, it goes from being the fourth to the fifth, and partway through the night, you finally get the thing unlocked, and
Mhm.
and then it opens to the data, and it's just like a raw backup of essentially all of Otterjohn Barnes' personnel files,
Mhm.
including like a number of known Imperial like contacts on the planet, like a bunch of other Imperial nobles,
Okay.
and like they're embedded in planets, like their alternate identities, like locations. This is some very
Mhm.
sensitive info that you now have your
Mhm.
hands on. So yeah, there's that. You have
Okay.
access to the data.
All right.
Um,
Looking through it, do I recognize the person we're looking for?
the name
Pixis?
of the Pixis. I don't think there are any Pixis nobles on this list. No, and certainly not that name specifically. Yeah, Erickson Mohammed. You don't see a seeker on the list. No.
Do I see any other notable names? Just for my own, Rolodex.
Yeah, I mean, there's like a
That might
pretty
be
even
useful.
mix of like houses minor, people who either like stuck around or like Nomi's friend decided that it would be better to like hang out here and do these things. So these are people who are in kind of a gray area with the Empire, right? Because they probably should have
Mhm.
left. There's some potential, like if you're of the mind, some potential blackmail information here.
Are there any
Yeah.
people with psychic abilities?
Yeah, so that was part of his jam, right? So he's got a
Mhm.
list of Honglu like citizens with psychic talent. And so it looks to you at a glance, and obviously you can take some time to, well, here, let's make a roll. Let's see, because you're just doing this at a
Hmm.
glance, or you just spent hours trying to unlock it. You have a little burst of energy because you're like, yeah, I did the thing. Let's have you make a no roll with
Okay.
intelligence. Can I get some useful information? Then yeah, you can ask me some questions about the data.
No with intelligence. All right.
Yeah. Let's see. How'd you do? Yeah, you got an 8. Not bad. Yeah, you're pretty smart and you're rolling okay. Okay, so yeah, what do you want to know? You can ask me. Let's say like two things about the data.
Okay.
Besides, like you already know what it is. It's a personnel file, a bunch of communications, some financial records. What would you like to know? What questions would you like to ask me?
Did Adarjan manage to locate any biopsionic experts on the planet
Yeah.
among this list
yeah.
of psychics?
Sure. Yes, you're looking for like a biopsionicist. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's very selfless of you. Okay. So yes, there is a there's a record of one of the relatives of a like a highly placed servant of one of the nobles that Adarjan was in contact with, has some biopsionic training. So they're a native like Hongluan, but they were in the employ or are in the employ of a one of these like displaced nobles.
Okay, that's good to know.
And yeah, and you have information on like where this person lives. Adarjan had like met them a few times under the auspices of, listen, if you pay me, that is to say, Adarjan, if you pay me enough, I'll like get you away off planet, and we'll put you in like a Serpent's facility on another planet. You can learn to use your powers. You can get away from this crappy planet.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That was the main
And
thing I
then
was looking for.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to know about the data?
No. Can I make a copy?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd just like to have it before I hand it over.
So yeah, so you can write it down on your inventory as like Adarjan Barnes personnel data, and then a second copy of that.
Okay, awesome. So with that safely stored on my personal device, I'm gonna go ahead and wait. Who all stayed behind? I know that Booker left. Did Nomi also leave?
I assume you're in your room.
Yeah,
I think
split
everybody
up.
we did.
Okay.
Yeah, we did the like break, and then everybody went to go do their own thing.
All right. In that case, I'll wait for them to come back, and I'll just settle down for the night.
You gotta be like all excited too. It's like shit.
Yeah, and I got nobody to
not
tell.
here.
I have half of mine to go tell Jason, like, "Hey, I did it!" But he's like half dead, so I probably should let him sleep. So
Good job.
So in the hours that Riley is hacking away, what are Booker, Jason, and Nomi? What did the three of you go do? Anybody can go. It doesn't matter the order.
Well,
probably
we're going
you guys
with
go Jason,
Booker, right?
Yeah, and then it's me.
I thought we were going together to try and find
Nomi,
like.
and then either Holtzman or Ramirez. We'll say Ramirez came with. Actually, you know what, Holtzman, because Holtzman's been the guy kind of like he's like right a little bit above Ramirez, if I remember correctly.
I think they're the same rank, but Holtzman's just a better kiss ass. So it seems like he's more important.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll take Holtzman.
I think Jason isn't doing much. He's just going to be resting and recovering, so we can probably just cut to the other guys. I think the only thing he might be doing is just like on his own data pad. I think this is the second time he's come pretty close to like severe, to death. So he's probably actually starting to like write down like some last words just in case. Like he's genuinely writing like a kind of like, hey,
personal log.
A real sort of like somber personal log to the family, and just like
I'm just imagining like a video log. Like personal log. I almost died today, so that was something.
Again,
I never got to be in a space battle. Yeah, okay. So you're writing like, in case of my demise, please send to the Fornex HQ. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So a moment of solitude after your brush with death, and trying to just kind of get square there. Okay, all right. So Booker and Nomi, where do you go? What do you do?
The idea was to head off in the direction. How far away was the bar that we went to?
It's in the same. It's in the same district. So you want to head there?
Then we'd head off that way while searching and scanning the signs, and I guess Nomi would be doing it because it's all like didn't we mention like Booker can't really understand it?
Yeah.
You don't speak Hongluan.
Right. So Booker instructed her to scan to see if there's any Biocyanist, or what is that wrong? I keep losing the word.
No, biopsionicist.
Nice.
So psionics is the thing. Someone who performs psionics is a psionicist, and then
Gotcha.
psionics.
Yeah,
that
to scan
affect
for that
biology.
on the way there. If we find one of those, great. Before reaching, the contact. But if not, then yeah, we'll just talk to my bud and see if he can recommend somebody.
So I don't think that either of you make it further than the little the lobby, because there's somebody waiting down there. There is there's a young maybe like 13 or 14 a kid. They have their pressure mask off. They're sitting on the floor. They're like crouched down on the floor, looking at they're playing a game. Some on their little data pad, and it's like a scuffed 4 generations old data slate. And you walk in, and they stand up. This kid's just like grubby, looking like a street kid basically. They stand up, and when they look at you, Booker, they say, "Mr. Greaves."
Yes.
And they you feel a buzz on your like an alert on your data pad. And they like press a button, and they're like, "Courier, message from your friend."
Okay. That all?
And so do you look at your because they just did like a site to site transfer. They're waiting for you to accept it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought I went through. Yeah.
Yeah, well, because you can't
does
just beam someone information. You have to so you take out your
Booker
your
does
pad.
that.
You
and
see
makes
there's
sure to
a
scan whatever this is that's coming through to his data pad.
Yeah, it's an anonymized message. So it says data connection to, and then a string of numbers and letters, and then just like an accept or no connect. Yeah, they're just like it's a connection request. Yeah.
It's the space
just kind of
version of Skyrim. Message for you. Got it here somewhere.
Yeah, right. If you were to kill this child, they would be carrying a handwritten note with a black hand on it. No, so you accept it. The kid bows to you, bows to Nomi, puts the pressure mask on, and then leaves. So there's no address. There's no XO your friend. The message just is it's just a name. A name and some information. So the name is let's see, what was this guy's name? August Ho, I think. Yeah, August Ho. There's a picture. It's a young. He looks kind of like one of those guys that Riley saw earlier. So short brush cut. He's got a tattoo, kind of like climbing up the side of his neck and up into his hairline. He's got like a couple of gold teeth. He's Hong Luan, and it's his name. It's got an address in there. You don't know what to, but it's an address in Sector D. And the file says, let's see, what does he tell you about this guy? It says Booker might be worth looking into. Boss Ho looks like he's smuggling under his boss's nose. Sector D, and then the address.
So clearly from my contact, this is what I've found so far, but we can't.
Yeah, you could infer. You could infer that this
that,
is.
Yeah.
It's either information from your contact or someone is really deep in your information network to do this. So yeah, boss. This is a picture of Boss Ho, who's been doing some smuggling. And Radovan thinks that this might be the guy that you could go to get some information about your kidnapped friend.
This is awkward. He sent me a courier to give me this information. We might be going to him to be like, hey. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Booker looks at that. And I'm assuming Nomi's, she hasn't said anything, probably being polite, but Booker's like,
looks like we might have a little bit of breadcrumbs to chase. We'll deal with it in a little bit. We got to worry about Jason first.
Oh, look how much everybody loves you, Jason. Everybody's just trying to make sure you do okay. It's so nice.
I just don't know how to fly the ship, so.
And then you
Don't
take
take this
it
away from him. Yeah,
We
listen,
love
we
you,
just need him not to die.
we love your fly. I mean, you.
We love how you can get us off this murder fucking planet.
I mean, to Booker, he's concerned about his, his crewmate. and you know he wants to get everybody out, but also it's like, yeah, he's the fucking guy who can get us out in a pinch. So yeah, all right. So we'll head still in that direction, out in the street, and again, yeah, tell Nomi to scan the signs as we're going there
Right.
for a
Looking for,
sound.
like-
Okay, so you leave the hotel, and as you head out into the streets of Honglu City, into the port, through the haze, we see, you don't notice it, but we see behind you at a pace of like 5 or 6 meters, we see that little chrome sphere hovering silently behind you, following you through the crowd, and you head out. So Riley, you're sleeping. Jason, you're resting. So there's no reason not to stick with these two. So you head out into the crowd, and we crossfade to that bar that you were in before. There's the bouncer outside, the big neon glowing scorpion shining through the clouds of atmosphere, and people coming and going. There are a couple of people standing outside, and they have some kind of like, because you couldn't smoke. You couldn't like smoke with a pressure mask on, so they're passing some kind of device back and forth and attaching it to the pressure mask, and then filling the mask with vapor, and then inhaling that, and then like, so you see a group of these guys sharing some kind of weird like vape contraption, and talking.
Yeah, it's like it's an Apple add-on that you can get to make sure you can smoke while you got the newest.
It's an iVape.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you need the
Well, 'cause
right port.
it's like a hookah, yeah, right? Like you could. I'm sure there are versions of this for outdoor use, or for if you live indoors and you have to wear your mask all the time. If you live down in the lower city, where you all just plug a hose into your pressure mask and you take turns taking hits off this thing. But yeah, you see these guys outside, and you see the bouncer, and I think the bouncer recognizes you when you come up to the door, and he's like, "You're friends with that asshole that we had to throw out." Like.
Yeah, I think Booker recognizes that.
He steps in front of the door.
Yeah.
Oh, I understand your concern. He's not with us. Trust me. Gotta speak to my friend in there.
Like Booker does like a look around. Do you see him?
Yeah, he doesn't understand a word of what you just said. He just scowls at you.
Yeah, Booker like looks at him like, and then realizes like, Nomi, could you translate, please?
Yeah, so I step forward and I basically repeat almost exactly what he said, and just we understand your concern that he's not here. We have no intentions of bringing him back to your establishment.
Okay. Make a talk roll.
Make a talk roll.
Make a talk roll with charisma.
Talk roll, baby. Hey.
Okay. So you get the impression that like, yeah, he'll move, but you're gonna need to bribe him. Like, he's gonna need a little bit of like incentive to let you in this time.
Okay.
He wouldn't let Yancey in probably for any amount, but yeah, he just has his arms folded and he unfolds them slightly to receive whatever bribe he's sure you're going to give him. But you can sense that's the appropriate thing to do here.
How much do I need to give him?
That's the thing about bribes, isn't it? There's
I don't
no
know.
like list of prices for how much to bribe a bouncer.
Well, I just I don't even know what money is like on this planet. Like,
I mean, it's universal. Everybody uses the same credits. And House Eridanus controls the like rate of the credits and stuff. Yeah, like a bribe for something like this, like 50 is probably reasonable, unless this guy's being like a real jerk about it.
He's a Hong Luian,
Wow.
bodyguard,
Wow.
or not bodyguard, bouncer. Listen,
Wow.
he's scum, okay?
Scum.
Listen, we're on planet shithole, and he'll take whatever we give him. Here's the credit.
Let's
Fuck
not beat
off.
around the bush. We're on planet shithole.
Okay.
Look around. Everyone's wearing respirators.
I'm really glad they can't understand anything you're saying.
Yeah, right. Like in Imperial. In Imperial, Booker's like, just give him a credit. Let's go. Come on.
All right, so I guess I assume I have like some kind of cash or like credits or whatever, and I like pull out like 50.
Sure.
And I just say like, perhaps this will help sweeten the deal.
And yeah, he takes the credits in his big meaty hand, and he looks at the two of you, and he says, he's like, "No more trouble." And he steps to one side, pushes the door open button. There's like a little airlock on the inside that like hisses open. You can step in. It repressurizes. You take off your masks, and then you can go into the bar. So yeah, the bar is the same as it was before. You're gonna just like head into the back to see your friend.
Yeah.
Plan.
It's
No dawdling.
Okay. All right. Let's see if he's available. Booker, make a connect roll.
okay.
You can do it with your charisma.
Connect with my charisma. I have a -1 to that, so that's glorious. Nope, not very good.
Okay. So you head towards the back, and you're intercepted. There's a woman she's dressed like kind of like you are. Like she's dressed as like kind of a tough. So she's got like a leather jacket on, and she doesn't have the tattoos of the kind of like local triad like gangsters. But she does have like her bottom jaw is cybernetic. She's also got a cybernetic eye. The cybernetic eye looks really fake, but it looks like a cheap fake rather than like it's intentionally like fake. So she's got some like low quality cybernetics, and she sees you heading towards the back, and she gets up from the conversation she's having, and she walks over, and she says to the two of you in Hongluan, she says, the man you're looking for, he's not here.
All right then.
Was
And
Nomi
when-
going to say something?
You see this, Nomi. So Nomi, when she says this, she says in Hongluan, but when Booker responds in when Booker's like, all right then, because you read the body language, right? She gets in your way and like holds you up. But even though you don't understand the specific words she says, she rolls her eyes when Booker speaks in Imperial, and she just looks at you, Nomi, like, okay, I'm not talking to him.
Should Booker just never talk? It's like, would he know to not speak? Is that the only language in?
Well,
Yeah.
no.
Like,
So
he's
you were, and
clearly
this is a
talking
deep,
like,
this is a
"Hello
deeper
there."
this is a deeper seated cultural question than you think it is, because you would
Okay.
be trained and raised that this is the language that everyone speaks. This is the like
Common,
you're in America,
yeah,
speak
yeah.
English attitude. Like you're out in the areas of the universe where people don't speak this natively, but it's probably annoying and frustrating and like a little bit like, come on, you should be speaking this language because everybody else does.
Yeah.
So it's up to you whether you would continue to just blithely like speak that,
No.
or by now you're like, you know what, I'm not going to
Knowing
talk to
that-
these people.
Knowing that, Booker sees this response and he just like doesn't even say anything. He's just like, Nomi's gonna take this.
Yeah. So when she kind of like rolls her eyes at him, and I turn to him and I translate and I say, she says that he's not available. And I turn back to her, and in her language I say, do you know where he is or when he might be available?
She shakes her head and she says, trouble with the loyalty brigade. They came by a few hours ago. He's busy with them. And you can sense that she's like a little worried, like for him.
Yeah.
And then by
Yeah, I
extension
translate
herself.
again for Booker, and then I turn back to her and I say, trouble. What kind of trouble? Is there anything that we can do? Why are you just sitting here if he's in trouble?
Not that kind of trouble. You're not from here. You don't fight back this way against the loyalty brigade. They're just going to ask him some questions. And if he answers right and pays them what they want to get paid, he'll be back by tomorrow. Unless they've got a grudge. We pay the bribes. They shouldn't have a grudge.
I understand. And I turn back to Booker, say, apparently he's being detained by the loyalty brigade. She says that they've paid their fee, but he still is being questioned. He might not be available until tomorrow, if at all.
All right, then
You
we don't
and your-
necessarily.
Oh,
So
yeah.
she interrupts you. So Booker, you start to talk, and she just cuts you off. And she says to Nomi, she's like, I recognize you and your Imperial friend from before. Maybe I can help you.
Imperial friend? I don't know this. I can't hear this, but Max is going, what?
You don't know the Hongluan word for Imperial friend is a euphemism. What she really said translates more likely to like
It's like a slang, right?
Sewage soaked lapdog, right? Like it's an insult, the word she uses
That's
to
fair.
describe him.
That's fair.
Yeah, maybe I can help you.
My dog says
No, you can't. You can't help us.
Nomi just growls at her. Yeah, so what do you say?
I face her, but I say, what's the guy's name that was the contact?
Radovan, or the captain.
Radovan, yeah. Radovan is a friend of ours, so we know that we can trust him, but you are new. Why should we trust you?
She says, we have a friend in common. Radovan's been good to me. And she smiles, which is like a weirdly unnerving thing because there's like a slight whine of the artificial jaw muscle, and you can see her like steel bottom teeth. Yeah.
Okay. Can I use my telepath to like sense if she is being like honest and like forthcoming, or if she's like
totally.
actually lying?
Yep. Yeah, you can commit some effort. Okay, she fails her mental effect save, and yeah, you can get her surface level stuff, and then like a little deeper, right? Because you have the next level of telepathy. Shallow Gestalt. Understand any form of communication. Okay, I see. So yeah, you get her emotional state. Yeah, I mean, I think she's eager to do right by Radovan. She's loyal to him. She doesn't know or trust you particularly, but you speak her language, which she's surprised by because you don't look like you're from Honglu, and that set the tone for her. And yeah, she just wants to do right by her boss, and she thinks that by helping his friends when he comes back, she could be like, "Yeah, your friends were here. I helped them out." So yeah, she's also looking for an opportunity for herself. She's not doing it. She's like a nice friend or whatever, but this is purely like to look good in her boss's eyes.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that she like actually cared about him and wasn't just like some random person being like, "Yeah, I'll totally help you." Just kidding.
Yeah, no, you don't get the impression that she's gonna betray you or whatever. She's certainly not planning it.
Cool. So I turn back to Booker and I say, what? This is one of Radovan's agents. She says that she's willing to help us, and I believe her.
All right. Let her know. See if she can help us find what we need.
I turn back to her. What is your name?
She grins and she says a name in like Hongluan that translates to like steel jaw.
Taser face.
Yeah, right. Like it's obviously a nickname, but yeah, that's what she tells you. You can call her steel
jaw. All right.
Yeah. And she gives you the full like grin and like flexes her jaw and it like whines slightly.
Cool. So yeah, I just I guess explain like the full rundown to her, or
yeah, how much do you tell her? Are you like, we have a friend, he got hurt?
Yeah.
Booker was inferring that we just needed, we need someone for medical attention, the biopsyonist. I hate having to say this. Oh, it's gonna be
it's okay.
The biopsyonist. You know what I mean?
The biotsunami. Biosynonymous.
Yeah, that's. I mean, we don't need to tell her like our full life story,
Yeah,
but I
doesn't
just
need to know
explain to her
everything, right?
that we have.
How can I help you? Well, I was born on. Yeah, okay.
That's how I ever know me would take it. That's what
it all started on Heroa when my parents.
Listen, when two snakes love each other very much. Okay, so she listens and she says, "Hurt friend, I think I can help you." She shakes her head and she says, "But I don't think you need a biopsyonist unless he's hurt real bad, missing a limb or something. In which case, probably too late. You don't already have him at a doctor. But I know people. We can send someone. Take a look at him. Give him what he needs."
That sounds agreeable.
Yeah. So she says, Yeah. So she says, "Where are you staying?"
I gave her the name of the location, the hotel.
Yep. So she notes it down in her pad, and you can see her like checking. She says, "It's done. He's on his way. Go meet him there."
Thank you. I will make sure that Radovan knows that you helped us.
And she grins like, "Oh yeah, like just what I wanted." And she says, "Always happy to help a new friend."
I kind of bow and say, "We will see you soon." And I guess we can just leave.
We good?
We don't.
Everything good?
I look at Booker and say, "She says that they've sent a doctor to our hotel to look at Jason. She says that we don't need a biopsionicist, but that whoever she's sent should be able to do the trick."
I highly doubt they sent a doctor, but it should do the trick.
More likely a veterinarian, but yeah. Okay, so
Yeah.
you wanna head back?
As before we leave, Booker just says the word for thank you in Hongluian or whatever, whatever language they were speaking, because he knows that. This is like a little gesture of like thanks.
Okay. Make a. Let's see. I'm gonna get you.
You're gonna make me butcher this.
Yeah, I'm gonna see
Booker
if you can.
says,
I'm gonna see
"Fuck
if you
you."
can do it.
You try to
Let's
do
have
something
you make-
nice. You should just
Make
not
a
say
talk.
anything
Make a
ever.
talk roll. Make a talk roll with
Okay.
charisma.
Eh,
Okay.
5.
So you say it, and she laughs, and she says in Hongluan to you, Nomi, she's like, "Tell your friend I'm not his little sister, but a good try."
He said thank you, right? He was trying to say thank you.
He was trying. It wasn't the words that he said wrong. It was like he picked the wrong honorific.
Yeah. I just look at Booker and I said, "She says you're welcome. We should go."
I will
Like,
not buy this record.
Booker kind of gives
It
you
is
an eyebrow
scratched.
like that's not what she said. He just leaves it as is, and then
I like kind of smirk, like, "No, that's not what she said, but we're leaving."
Yeah.
like Booker.
Gotcha.
Booker knows bullshit when he hears it.
Yeah. Okay, so you leave, and we crossfade to a scene that is not the hotel. We haven't seen this place before. It's a like a poured concrete room. We get a slow pan across to the action, but we can hear it and we can see some of the room first. So we see a hanging bulb, but it's like a sci-fi light bulb, so whatever. So there's a single bulb. There's a poured concrete floor. There's a metal grate in the floor. The floor is stained. And we slowly pan over, and as we do, we can hear someone trying to breathe, like gurgling, and then a splash and the sounds of struggling, and then someone being yanked up out of the water. And as we slowly pan over, we see two men in like military garb, and they are both holding the shoulder of a third man who is naked and is on his knees in front of a big metal trough, a rusty metal trough. The naked man is relatively large, very pale. He's the lightest looking thing in the room, and he is currently being dunked into this tank of water. And he gets yanked out, and the man who we see is it's Barnes, and he's choking and sputtering, and he says in Hongluan, he says, "Her name is Cirrus Nomika. I don't know. She's the daughter of someone I knew before from the Empire." And they're like, "You're going to have to tell us more than that." And they dunk him again, yank him up, and he's like, "Please, I'm cooperating." And he just continues to spill like all this personal information about Nomi. And while he's doing that, we pan over to a third military person sitting at a desk with a computer, searching their like a stolen House Cygnus archive, searching for Nomi Ka, trying to find information about her. And then we fade to break. So when we get back, we will see about this. We'll see about this mysterious doctor and see if they can tend to Jason Argus, or maybe
they'll
poke you too hard with the IV and you'll die. We'll see. There's still a chance. Out of the
Still
woods yet.
time. I got my
That's right,
time
there's
ago.
still time. We got a
Not out of the
whole
woods
second
yet.
act. Yep. So stick around, everybody. We will be right back with more roleplay for Verona right after this.